So the topic that we are discussing right now is how to differentiate between stationary and non-stationary data for the case of uh, time series econometrics. So within the time series econometrics, how we differentiate between a stationary and a non-stationary data. So before this, I will write one statement that is the major differentiating factor between stationary and non-stationary variables. So let me add. So stationary variables usually have a constant uh, statistical distribution, means that it has a it's a constant statistical distribution. So if the data has a constant distribution, it is stationary. But in reality, it is very difficult to check if the distribution is constant or not. As for this, we need to invent the time machine and repeat the time again. So that we can see that if the person is doing same thing over and over again. So it means we cannot repeat the time. So what we can do is we can see in terms of future. So rather than repeating the time, we say that if the mean and variance of the data is constant over time, then it may have constant distribution. So it means we need to test for mean constancy in time. We need to see if the data has constant mean over time. So let's write equations here. So it means let's do a simple. So we can write is as suppose y t is a present variable, is a plus b into y t minus 1. So let's run this equation. So what will happen? So here, if b is positive, so let's first fill it up. So so here what we are going to do is that we can simplify this equation. Y t is equal to a plus b l y t. Let's assume l is a factor that explains how present is a function of past. So let's simplify again. Y t minus b l y t is equal to a. Okay, so a is an intercept and b is a slope. So a is and b is slope. So and here L is the lag operator. So it's a constant that explains how they are same. So what will happen? 1 minus BL, let's add brackets here, and yt is equal to a, and yt will be equal to a divided by 1 minus b l. So this way we measure the. So now what will happen if let's open it up again. So yt is equal to a multiplied by 1 minus bl whole power minus 1. So it's an inverse. So in mathematics, the formula of inverse is that it squares the first term and squares it's a continuous. So if beta is 1, what will happen that it will become infinity. Answer will become infinity. If beta is less than 1, so it will have a let's write it here. If b is greater or equal to 1, then the yt will be okay. If b is less than 1, then yt will have some definite mean value. So what does it mean? So it is saying that if a, so let's write it here. If b is equal to 1 or b is greater than 1, it means that yt is increasing with with respect to yt minus 1. So it's growing all over the time. So it is increasing in time. So what will happen that we cannot measure its mean value because it's not stopping at any point. So if it is not stopping, so any mean value that you measure is it's a conditional mean. So since data is changing slash increasing over time, so what will happen that it will never show a constant mean value. Okay, so another point is, second is that if another problem is that if b is definite mean value, but that mean value is still, but this mean value is still not equal to constant. So it is still changing, but it will take some time to appear. So if b is equal to 0, then the mean value of yt will be equal to alpha or a. So it means ideally b should be equal to 0 so that the data may have constant mean. Now it means this gives us a method to check if the data is stationary or not. This test is called a unit root test. So if the b is equal to 1, it means it has a unit root. So unit root test is used to assess if the variable is stationary or not. Okay, so but this method is now old, so people modified this equation to make it more relevant, more robust. So the advanced unit root models are more better to differentiate between stationary and non-stationary variables. I will write the names of the few, but the logic behind it starts from the same point. So there is ADF test, augmented Fuller test, which is more popular. PP test, Phillips Perron test, and there is KPSS, and there are many more. So these are few names that we discuss. So this is the way we differentiate between stationary and non-stationary variables, and this will identify which type of model we are going to use. If we have stationary variables, the approach is different. We use different models, and if they are non-stationary, we go towards different models. So this was the discussion for this session. Hopefully you understood the concept of unit root tests.